Hello everybody of the Let's Play community, I'm the Blind Swordsman and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine, part of the Super Mario 3D All-Stars pack. We're still on the blue coins here. In the last episode, that's what we did. We learned more about me, a little bit more about me. In this episode, we're going to, hopefully finish off the Piano Park ones, do a couple of other blue coin things here, which I don't think will take us too much time to do, but it's still question time, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit it here, because I had to think of a couple. What is my favorite Let's Play I've ever done? So this might take up a long discussion part of the video, which I hope it kind of does, because really it's hard for me to really say. So here's the problem. I have least favorites. I know I didn't like DuckTales Remastered that much. I know I didn't like Bomberman Hero that much, even though I went back and actually watched that Let's Play. So I do watch my work, because I want to see how well I stack up from back then to now. And for a while, that was my least favorite Let's Play, but I feel like that Let's Play was okay. Like, it wasn't actually a bad Let's Play I did at all. But as far as favorite goes, there's a couple. So, and mainly because of the situation where I was in my life and everything, I think the best one I've done and my favorite is Bravely Default. But I do like my first one. I do like Majora's Mask. I like A Link to the Past. The one I did just recently, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. Not Link's Awakening. Yeah, Link's Awakening. That one was a fun one. That was a really fun LP to do. I did like Mario Star Road, even though it got frustrating as fetch during the end of it. But, I 100%ed a really hard ROM hack, which there's another ROM hack I would like to do at some point someday. I don't know when that will be. But, we'll figure that out when the time comes. But yeah, I mean, there's so many that I like, and for different reasons. I think Ocarina of Time, it was definitely a Let's Play of its time. Let's be honest here. In 2013, people were still, acting like boneheads and saying retard and gay and all that other stuff as, derogatory terms, which, as nowadays, I don't think that's cool to say. So, back in the day, and this is when I was first becoming LDS and was super sad all the time. So I like it. There are parts of that LP I love, but there are a lot where I'm like, dude, it's so cringeworthy because I don't want to be like that. That's I sound more intelligent now. I like how I sound now, as opposed to back then. I feel like I'm more educated. I feel like I'm more mature than I was back then. Things I would say, man, I'm just like, dude, what is wrong with you? But I definitely loved, the Ocarina of Time. It was a fun time. It was a time when I needed to Let's Play that game. Because originally, the history for the channel goes, I did a Let's Play, or I had a Let's Play channel called Zelda Master 67. I need to get some of those videos off of that thing, upload them to here that I like, and then delete that channel. Because it's trash. It's a garbage can of a channel. I have 70 subscribers on it. Here I have 2,000. So it's I should just put the videos on here, and I think you guys would like them, even if they're repeat ones. I did Wind Waker. I did Twilight Princess, which was pretty good. But I would have to again, they're Let's Plays of their time, so I'd have to figure out how to not have weird stuff on them, because there are things I've said back in then where I wasn't LDS and I wasn't all this other stuff where it just was ugh, And I have uploaded stuff from that old channel before. WarioWare Inc. That one, I've done that one. I did upload some Mario Party videos from there, which were pretty fun to do. And things like that. But yeah, there's just some, I did a Majora's Mask, I did an Ocarina of Time LP on there. And I don't like them at all. I did those, and it was weird, because back then I was just do a game. Where, even though, this wasn't planned out, technically, I was waiting for this game to come, because I knew it was coming. So it was I was planning it out anyway. So it really was kind of like a planned out Let's Play, you know, because I knew it was coming. Like, I know that, like, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and I think Majora's Mask are going to get remade this year. I believe so. I mean, it just seems like it. So, I mean, like, I'm prepared to do Let's Play of that pack if that ever comes to it. But, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. Like, I did like my Luigi's Mansion Let's Play. I thought Super Mario Strikers was really fun. Because, like, I was happy. Like, those were, like, some of the happiest moments of my life, you know? Was just playing a stupid video game where I kick a soccer ball around and win soccer matches, and, you know, it's just like we're getting excited to have our kid and all this other stuff, and I enjoyed that Let's Play. I enjoyed a lot of the Let's Plays we did for 2020. Like, 2020 was an awesome year, I think, for my LP channel. I think it's by far the best year I've had as far as making videos goes. Like, even though, you know, Castlevania had, like, the train audio issues, but I'm just like, whatever. If I get Retsu Parade for that, I don't even freaking care. You guys are freaking idiotic sometimes, so I don't really even care about that. But, you know, I just don't have a favorite. It's really tough to say. Like, even like Mario Sunshine, where I'm not really like, where I don't really like it that much, you know. How the LP turned out, which I figured it would turn out this way anyway, has been fun, you know. I enjoy doing Let's Plays of video games. I just enjoy doing them. So for me to say which one's my favorite, it's hard, but I probably have to go with Bravely Default, just because I've made so many friends and people who like my channel from that LP. Like Nintendo Brother, my boy. He's my friend, you know. So, I mean, like, and he does watch my stuff, but it's like he's my boy, you know. He's my friend. You know, he's like my best friend on the freaking site. So it's like, you know, and he's a good guy. So, I mean, like, you know, I think that kind of outweighs, like, the amount of success that it had and things like that more than anything else. I really enjoy the dude's friendship that I made from a stupid RPG I did like 5 years ago, and we've been friends for a really long time. So it's been awesome. I enjoyed that LP a lot. Least favorite LP, I'm gonna have to be honest. It's probably DuckTales. Look, man, like, and it wasn't my fault. I feel like, look, this is a new year, and I'm trying to take responsibility, right? Yeah, I did crappy commentary. I'll give it that on that particular LP. But the fact that the problem is that I wasn't prepared for the amount of talking that's in that game. It's ridiculous that there is any talking in that game. Like for real, it's just like not conducive to the game at all. I mean, really, like the original DuckTales, you just kind of picked the stage and you went into it. Like it's a different game, but like the review was much better than the LP because I didn't have to worry about like I didn't have to worry about the stupid cutscenes. And so like anytime a cutscene came, I'd have to stop, let it go. And I got a ton of copyright for that, which was ridiculous, but whatever, man. Whatever you say. So that's what I got to say about LP-wise. Favorite review I've ever done? Ocarina of Time. I'm going to be honest, maybe I'm a little bit biased because it's the best game I've ever played. But I worked on that. Like, I've worked on a project, like a Let's Play, for 2.5 years, and that was Bravely Default. So that's also one of the reasons why I love that Let's Play. But as far as, like, just working on a video, it took me 2 months to make that video. Straight up, just like recording the footage, getting the script ready. There were mornings where I had to take like a half hour, like, because I would get up in the morning and do videos, and it would take me like an hour to record some of the commentary for that. So it took me like 3 hours of commentary. Then I had to edit the commentary. Then I had to, you know, put everything together, and it's just one of the best videos I've ever made, to be honest. So yeah, I think as far as review video, that's the best video I've ever done. But I think it's also the best video I've ever done. Least favorite, I probably the first one, Mega Man X, because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I'd never done it before. I was super nervous to show it off, and people liked it. So I was like, okay. And then, you know, the third one, which was Mario Brothers. My teacher actually came up to me after I was done with that. Like, I showed it off to my class. He watched it beforehand, so he watched it to grade it. And I got 100. That's the best I've done in a class. So, like, let me give you perspective. So, this kid, there was a kid in there. Bless his heart. But he tried, at least, you know. But, like, he didn't really have commentary for his. There was one time he did, like, a Worms review, and the audio cut out of the, like, his commentary audio, and also his, like, video game audio. And it's just, you see this blank screen for like 10 seconds, for like 3 minutes of just the gameplay of it, of this weird sped up gameplay, right? And so he got a C on it, and I got an A. He was, my gosh, it was just, ugh. It's like you didn't really even have to try to make these videos good. Or maybe I'm just good at it. I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and say that. I'm not that self-conceited. But it's just like, dude, really wasn't that hard. All you had to do was talk first, then edit everything together. It's not that difficult. But it's just like, ugh. I cringed because it's like, he's trying to give me tips on how to make videos, and I'm like, dude, like, you can't talk because you don't know what you're doing. So it was just craziness. Like, again, I'm not trying to sound self-conceited, and I probably will by saying that, but I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care, because it's like, dude, like, you gotta, like, you can't just be hypocritical and give me tips when you're not doing it right in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of not cool to do something like that. But, yeah, I mean, that was that class in a nutshell. So, like, the third video that I had with that, which was the third video I ever did, which was Super Mario Bros. On Super Nintendo. So, I did the first, like, season of that was Mario. And it was fantastic. Mario, like, that was a fun freaking marathon I did. I think I did all the way up to Mario 64, which I'm going to redo that because I don't think it was like, it doesn't hold up to its day. It doesn't hold up to my standards now. So I mean, I'll figure that out when that comes. But yeah, it was fun to do it, but I didn't what was I going to say? No, so my teacher came up to me, said, you should keep doing this because, like, you're really talented and you know what you're doing. And I appreciated that from that guy, and now I got, like, a fan base, and people like my videos and stuff, and it's been cool to see that, you know, like, just following what he said, you know. I've been super happy about that. I really have enjoyed, you know, this talent, quote unquote, like, just kind of taking me far, you know. But yeah. That's how that went. So I mean, and so I guess we can just move on to that because I don't have anything written down for this video. My favorite class was that class. So it was CS 1010, which is Introduction into Media and Gaming. So I created a video game idea, which I've kind of branched off and done a different video game idea on there. That was the whole point of the class, was to get, like, a video game idea. It was called The Last Villager, where, like, you know, you're in a Viking town, and then somebody kills this dude's wife, and then he goes off on, like, a revenge rampage, but, like, you know, he realizes that, like, the citizens are in trouble and stuff, so he figures out how to cope with his wife's death, and eventually he dies and stuff. So I wanted to change it to be like a modern one. I haven't really ironed out the details, so I don't think a game is coming anytime soon. because it's an RPG. Like I have RPG Maker MV. I would love to finish a game, but it's just like I'd rather do this, play a game, review a game than make games. Like, because like that was my whole goal for going into computer science and computer programming, was I wanted to make video games. But then I realized like how much I like this hobby more than I like making video games, you know. And I should have just went with digital media the whole time, but I decided to go with programming, which I feel stupid for even trying that. Like twice. I tried doing it twice, and I just don't like it. Go figure. But yeah, it was a cool concept, and I still like the concept of it. Now I have it where it's like, I haven't come up with a title for it yet, but like, it's kind of like the coronavirus pandemic. Like this guy loses his wife to the pandemic, and then you know, when his wife dies, he kind of seeks out, you know, like a refugee. People like seek him out and things like that, and it's still ironing out the kinks, but you know, that was my favorite class, and it kind of helped me to be able to make stuff like that. That was probably the most writing I've ever done in a class, because he really wanted us to write this weird document where it was like, I think it was like 12 pages worth of stuff that we had to put in, and it was good. I got 100 on it. You know, I've never done a project where he really somebody really enjoyed my work like that. So it was pretty neat. So, how far that goes, yeah, that was my favorite class. Favorite video game that's not on a Nintendo console. That's a tough one, because I love Mega Man X4. I love Final Fantasy VII. I love flipping Left 4 Dead. Like, who could forget? I spent hours on that game, and I'm excited for Back for Blood or something like that. The third one that got changed. I'm excited for that game. Like, I'm excited that company, like the people that made the first two Left 4 Deads, are gonna make a new game, and it looks really good. So yeah, there's a lot. I'd have to probably go with Final Fantasy VII, though. It's just like, look, man, like Final Fantasy VII just like changed storytelling forever with RPGs. Like, if you look nowadays, no Octopath Traveler, no Bravely Default really happens without that game. Because, like, it just changed how you do stories with RPGs. Like, there wasn't really anything futuristic at the time. I mean, you had Final Fantasy 3/6, which really kind of had the mecha idea beforehand, which really made kind of, I don't know, I guess sense to have that because of the times it was in and things like that. But, and Final Fantasy 4 didn't have a futuristic element. I mean, there were like some futuristic things, like the airplanes and the big mecha you had to go inside to and fight the CPU. But like Final Fantasy VII was just that, and like it blew up gaming forever. So like it was just like there were two games that you had to play at the time. One of them was Ocarina of Time. One of them was Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII is just a great game, you know. So I mean, if anybody's going to give it crap, you know, I think it's ridiculous that you even do give it crap. So yeah, I have to go with Final Fantasy VII. Because like, and I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but like, I got like super invested into it. So like 2015, I binged a whole bunch of RPGs. Like I binged, obviously, Bravely Default, obviously, what was it called? Wild Arms, which was one of my favorite LPs I've ever done. Even one of the best reviews I've ever done, actually. It was really good. Which, I got the story probably completely wrong in that game. Because, like, the story's super confusing in Wild Arms. But I played that. I played Final Fantasy VII. I played Bravely Default. I played up to the second disc in Final Fantasy IX. that year. It's just like, yeah, like I really had some great memories with that. I remember like I had to play it on my PS2 because I didn't have a PS3, but the discs were so bad. Like I have a physical copy of the game, but I had to get it on PlayStation Network, and I had bought like an adapter for my memory card so I could put it on my PlayStation 3 so I could finish the game. And like, yeah, just like $300 later, I beat Final Fantasy VII for the first time. I thought it was like one of the more accomplishing things I've done in gaming was beat Final Fantasy VII. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, just that, and like how impressed I am still of how good of a game it is, even like so long later. Like this is some of people's favorite game of all time, folks, and you have to kind of be like, yeah, I could see why. I could see why Final Fantasy VII is someone's favorite game of all time. And I could see it. If you can't see it, I don't understand what you're a gamer for then. So, but it's so good. It's so good. I could talk about Final Fantasy VII all day. It's a very good game. I've talked about it a lot in these past couple videos, so there you go. What is my favorite RPG series? There are a couple, okay? So, like, I'll probably have to go with the Mother series, just because all the games are really good in the Mother series. Like, I really liked Mother. I really actually enjoyed my playthrough of Mother. And that was the best, like, 8-bit game I've ever played. Like, everybody's like, well, what about Undertale? Undertale's okay. Undertale's a good game, but it's still, like, I still think Mother's better. And I like the battle system better in Mother. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of old school like that. I don't really need to do like platforming and all the weird stuff that you do in Undertale. Which I don't mind, but it's just like I totally like Mother just better. I just like it better. It's just my opinion. If you don't like it, fine. It doesn't matter to me. But Mother was a good one. Is a good RPG series. Final Fantasy, I don't think you could go wrong with Final Fantasy. That's one of them. I really like the Breath of Fire games. I like the Bravely series, even though, there's only 2 games. And I didn't particularly like Bravely Second. I probably just didn't have TIS, so I didn't know that they didn't change the battle system. I thought they did. Nintendo Brother had pointed it out to me like a little bit ago. I should probably get back to playing that, but like, again, I want to have time to play it. So yeah, I like that series. I like the Wild Arms series. Even though I haven't played the second game, I probably should. Flippin', I like the Chrono series too. Even though Chrono Trigger is like, even the Chrono games are like 2 games. Like, I really enjoyed Chrono Trigger. It's a good game. It's a really good game. I was surprised Chuck Conroy did a game like that. Because he doesn't really do, like, Super Nintendo games like that. And he did, which is cool. And I'm surprised that, like, he's done games like that, period. Game series that I've tried to get into, but I just can't do it. This one might be everybody's shame. I'm not a fan, really. Like, okay, they're okay. Pikmin. Look, dude, like, I get everybody's fascination with Pikmin. I have Pikmin 3. I have played most of the Pikmin games. But I'm just not a fan, dude. Like, I really wish that they would cater to, like, Star Fox or something. Because, like, that game series is so good. Everybody likes it. There's some people with, issues that don't like it, but, I like it. I like the Star Fox series a lot. But I don't know. I just feel like there's more series besides Pikmin that, Nintendo could invest their time into. And unfortunately, they don't do that. Like Metroid. You're screwing over fans of Metroid by not releasing Metroid 4 on time. Like, you are. Like, it's kind of stupid. Some call me Johnny. I was like, dude, they're making a Metroid 4 in 2017. Still hasn't come out. Just doesn't come out yet. Which it'll probably pull like a Duke Nukem Forever and suck. Same with Cyberpunk. Which I've heard is just like a freaking disaster of a game. Even though Keanu Reeves did his thing with it. I don't really care if he did his thing with it. Look, bottom line is, I hate it when games take a long time, they come out and they suck. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, I think Skyward Sword and a couple of other games got delayed, but they got delayed for good reasons, you know? I just don't feel like particularly, like, these are good reasons why they get delayed and then they just are not very good. So, there is that. But yeah, I'm just Pikmin. Man, like, I played them. They're okay. I just don't get everybody's appeal with them. Like, and I can't say this with the, what's the series? Did I do that again? Did I put that on twice? I think I did. Oh, well. You get to see this a second time, and we'll just finish up the question. I could say the same thing about the, what's the game's called? You know what? Hang on. This last part's going to be blank, so I'm just going to end it here. I'd like to thank you all for watching on The Blind Swordsman. I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine, part of the Super Mario 3D All-Stars pack, where hopefully I can finish my thought and be good. Take care, everybody, and have a fantastic day.